Chapter 9, Mishnah 9. The Pesach offering was usually eaten in a group by all those registered on it to eat it. See Chapter 8, Mishnahs 3 and 7. The following Mishnah discusses what to do when a group mistakenly slaughters two different animals for themselves. The Mishnah discusses four possible cases. The first case: if a group lost its Pesach offering and they said to one of its members, "Go out, search for the lost Pesach, and when you find it, slaughter it for us." And he went, found it, and slaughtered it for himself and the whole group. And meanwhile, fearing that the lost animal would not be found in time, the rest of the group bought and slaughtered another animal for their Pesach offering, so that there are now two slaughtered Pesachs for one group. The law is as follows: if his animal, i.e. the original Pesach, was slaughtered first, then he eats from his Pesach, and the rest of the group also eat from his Pesach with him. Since they appointed him as their agent to slaughter the original animal, they remain registered on that offering. And once it is slaughtered, they can no longer withdraw from it and register on another. Therefore, the entire group eats from the original Pesach. And if their animal was slaughtered first, then they eat from their Pesach, because their slaughter of the second Pesach is considered a withdrawal from the first Pesach. And he eats from his Pesach, because he never withdrew from it and never registered on theirs. If it is not known which of the two animals was slaughtered first, or if both were slaughtered at the same time, then he eats from his Pesach, since whichever animal was slaughtered first, he remains registered on the original Pesach, as he never registered on the second one. But they may not eat with him from his Pesach, because of the possibility that their animal was slaughtered first, in which case they would be considered to have withdrawn from his. And their Pesach is taken out to be burned, i.e. they are forbidden to eat from their Pesach as well, because of the possibility that his Pesach was slaughtered first, in which case they were never registered on the second animal. The second Pesach is thus considered ownerless and invalid. However, although they may not eat from either Pesach, they are exempt from making a second Pesach offering in ER, since in any case one of the Pesachs, whichever one was slaughtered first, was in fact slaughtered for them, they have fulfilled the mitzvah of bringing a Pesach offering and do not need to bring a second Pesach. The second case: if instead of the group instructing him to find and slaughter the lost Pesach for them, one of them went on his own to search for the lost Pesach, and he said to the other members of the group, "If I am late in returning to you, go out and slaughter the replacement Pesach for me together with you." And he went and found the lost Pesach, and he slaughtered it. And meanwhile, the rest of the group bought and slaughtered another animal for their Pesach offering. The law is as follows: if their animal was slaughtered first, then they eat from their Pesach, since they have withdrawn from the first Pesach. And he also eats with them, since he asked them to count him in on their Pesach. He is considered to have withdrawn from the first one and registered on theirs when they slaughtered it. And if his animal was slaughtered first, then he eats from his Pesach, and they eat from their Pesach, since they have already withdrawn from the first Pesach, because they never told him to find and offer it. If it is not known which of them was slaughtered first, or if both were slaughtered at the same time, then they eat from their Pesach, for either way they have withdrawn from the first Pesach and registered on the second one. But he may not eat from their Pesach, because of the possibility that the first animal, his Pesach, was slaughtered first, in which case he was unable to withdraw from it and register on the second animal. And his Pesach is taken out to be burned, and he is forbidden to eat from it as well. Since he appointed the rest of the group as his agents to slaughter the second Pesach for him, he has withdrawn from the first Pesach, if in fact the second one is slaughtered first. Because this indeed may have happened, his Pesach needs to be burned. However, although he may not eat from either Pesach, he is exempt from making a second Pesach offering, because whichever Pesach was in fact slaughtered first, he was registered on it, and he has fulfilled the mitzvah of bringing a Pesach offering. The third case, if he said to them, and they said to him, that is, he told them that if he delays, they should slaughter a second Pesach for him, and they told him that he should find the lost Pesach and slaughter it for them, then they all eat from the Pesach that was slaughtered first, because he is the group's agent, and they are his agents to slaughter the Pesach for each other, so that all of them in effect are registered on the Pesach that was slaughtered first. If it is not known which of them was slaughtered first, then both of them are taken out to be burned, since there is a doubt as to which one is their Pesach and which one is ownerless and forbidden to be eaten. The fourth case, if he did not say anything to them, and they did not say anything to him, that is, neither he nor the rest of the group asked the other to slaughter a Pesach for them, and he went on his own and found and slaughtered the lost Pesach, while they went on their own and bought and slaughtered another, they are not responsible for each other, i.e., neither party has any claim on the other, and each eats from its own Pesach, regardless of when it was slaughtered.